Hello everyone, welcome back to From Concept to Code. My name is Rue from PixelSpace. Today we will be building a note-taking platform using Lovable, an AI vibe coding platform. So let's head over to Gemini, where we will discuss with it what it is we're looking to build today, and I'll use voice mode. So, hey Gemini, I would like to build a note-taking application. I want it to have user authentication. I want a left-hand navigation which shows all of my notes in date order. And when I edit one of my notes, I want the latest edited note to appear at the top. And on the right-hand side, I want it to be the window where I can edit my notes and do everything, note-oriented. Let's say there's a WYSIWYG editor, which allows me to make things bold, underlined, use hyperlinks, etc. So we're gonna vibe code this in Lovable. So what I need from you is a prompt so that we can get started. And today we're going to use Lovable Cloud so that we can get going straight out of the box in that under 10 minutes. I'm not sure if I prefer ChatGPT's note taker, the voice mode, as opposed to Gemini's. I like with ChatGPT that I say what I want and then I press stop and it stops. I guess it's the same with Gemini, but this one just carries on kind of listening to you until you press stop. So it is basically the same. So we're synthesizing, we're designing. Let's see what it has to say. This is a perfect use case for Lovable. The vibe coding approach works best when you give a clear prompt. So I want to build a modern Notion-style note-taking application. Please act as a senior front-end developer and a product designer. I'll remove the tech stack bit because it'll understand all of that. Core features, authentication, database schema, layout structure, key functionality, design vibe. This is the first time I'm using Gemini to write me a prompt for Lovable. I haven't done it before. I normally use ChatGPT and it gives a really good response. So I'm gonna paste this into Lovable. I'm gonna remove the tech stack bits. I'm gonna say, please use Lovable Cloud as well. And is there anything else that I want to add here? Minimalist, neutral color palette. I'm gonna remove actually this last bit as well. I don't think we need to give it that much information. We can just kind of let it get on with things and see what it comes out with. So I pressed enter. We're going to go into this preview window where Lovable starts to have a think about what we're going to create. I think it uses Claude 4.5 now, which is a really fantastic model for reasoning. I'll create a beautiful Notion-inspired note-taking app with authentication, rich text editing, and real-time updates. I'm going to scroll down, click Enable Lovable Cloud. So you have a choice when you're building an application in Lovable. You can use your own Supabase implementation where you go to Supabase, you connect, you create a project, and then you would come over to Lovable and you would connect your Supabase manually to your project. And Lovable Cloud basically is an all-in-one package which handles all of the complexity. It's meant to make it so that people with no development experience can come along and get developing on platforms like Lovable, and it works really well. There are pros and cons, and we have a different video available for that. But for what we're building today, I think this is a great place to start. As you can see, Lovable has been giving me a couple of prompts. I've just been accepting them without really looking so far, but just to go through what they actually mean. We have the creation of a table called notes, and then we're going to enable row level security and create some RLS policies. So what does that mean? Basically, we need to create the table to store the notes. That's perfect, that kind of makes sense. An RLS policy stands for row level security. That is the security for the data in the tables. Basically, you might not want everyone to be able to access everyone's notes or to be able to see them. So you can restrict any table, any row in a table to specific people. So to the user, to platform administrators, and anyone else you might want to see certain areas of the platform. So that's what's been happening there. And then we also have a trigger for update notes updated by. So that's just a column on the table so that when a note is updated by a user, there's an automatic trigger that updates when the note was last updated. The next one we have is a little fix on the search path. You don't really need to worry about that. And then if I click show all, we can see that there are a bunch of things being installed, and we're actually having the pages created and edited. We've got index and tailwind for styling. We've got authentication, the rich text editor to actually edit your notes, and then the notes component as well, which we'll see what that looks like when it's done. So it's going to take a couple of moments to process and come through with the first version of the platform. I'll click this little cloud button at the top. You can see enable cloud. It's kind of hovering as gray. That's just because we're waiting for this prompt to finish. When that's finished, this kind of acts as a whole window for us to manage our users, our database, and any of the other important back-end details that we might be dealing with. For example, and it's a little bit advanced, if we wanted to integrate another API, or let's say we wanted to make payments available on the platform, we would introduce a webhook using an edge function with Stripe, and that would appear in here as well as like an edge function, for example. We could also have AI switched on in the platform. Let's say you wanted to do a smart search on all of your notes. We could do some kind of AI smart search if we wanted to, let's say, please find me all my recipes where I discuss tomatoes, for example, using natural language processing. The platform's finished. Here's what we've built. You can see we have an overview because we're on the cloud button. We have one table right now, the notes table, and then we have the users as well. I'm going to see what this looks like just by clicking off the cloud button. Notes, get started, welcome back. I'll click sign up, and here we go. So I have a new note on the left. I click it here. I can add a title nicely. Hello. I can say, my name is Rue, and I'm going to make it bold. I'm going to make my name bold as well, and italic. Perfect. So that's saved. You can see it's saved there. There you go. I'm already saving notes, and that's, I think, 7 minutes down. So I'm going to create a new note again. I'm going to say, I hope you are well and remember my eggs. I like eggs. I need 12 eggs. Eggs. Perfect. And as we can see, that's saved. And just to check, let's see how the saving process works. Q. Basically then it looks like there's a little bit of a, there you go, auto save after 1 second of inactivity. So you type, you wait a second, it auto saves. That's kind of great. We're signed in, we can sign out. I'm going to do a quick refresh using this little refresh button at the top here. And our note should still be there and we should still be authenticated. There you go. Hey, I still have notes. That's pretty amazing. Now, I'm going to sign out. You can see here that I don't have forget password, for example, which you might want. So you could prompt Lovable to add a forget password function if you wanted to. Or alternatively, you could go and connect a domain and publish it now, and that's fine, you're done. But let's have a look what we've got. We currently have this users table. It shows all of our users of the platform, and we've got one existing notes table. Do we want to build anything else before we finish? We've still got 1 minute left. I think 1 minute 30 left actually. So let's add the ability to insert an image, store the image in a bucket. Now, this is actually a little bit more of a more complex implementation, and we're going to let it run. We're going to let it do its job. It's going to create a storage bucket, which you'll see here as storage, and then it will probably add some reference tables as well for the images to be referenced against the storage bucket and then against a note. So what do we have? Insert into storage.buckets, note images, perfect. We've got the security there as well, so that's ideal. Okay, so now we have added the bucket. You can see I now have an image button appearing. I'm going to add in a GPT reference to PixelSpace. It says image uploaded successfully. And there we go, I can see the image appearing on the screen. Now, future features, let's say already, you probably want to resize your image I think would be a great thing. Other than that, you can kind of go ahead and add as many different features or functions as you want. But I think there we go. We'll stop there. That's how you build your own note-taking app in under 10 minutes. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please comment, like and subscribe in traditional YouTube fashion, or just follow us, whatever works. And we hope to see you in the next one. Thank you very much.